Welcome, Internet Seafarers. I am Daniel with Online Biz Compass, and today we will be reviewing Symphoni. We will be looking at the sales page, vendor background, and the product itself to help you determine if this will help steer you towards or away from success. And what I have pulled up on the screen here is the sales page of Symphoni. And I hadn't seen a music application strategy yet, so I was interested from the start with this one. But the sales video right here, it is short and sweet. It is only 46 seconds long, but it is actually crafted very well and looks really nice. You can see the copy over on the side here. Talks about getting traffic for less than 191 per day, which sounds really good. It says massive audience with active and unique users, 100% newbie friendly. You like to see that. Completely original content. That's good. I like that they're promoting that. Step-by-step video training included. Multiple ways to monetize. Low cost, high quality. Lead generation. Yes, please. Fortune 500 traffic source. So nothing too, outlandish or bold as far as claims that this offers. You do see some marketing here regarding, early bird discount expires soon, but that might not actually be truthful, and I'll get into that in a little bit here. So nothing too crazy so far. This, $10,000 per month opportunity for anybody to get more traffic and sales. That's probably the most bold thing that they're putting out there on this sales page. But this right here, they talk about the Fortune 500 companies using this strategy. This is true, and you'll see more about that here. The strategy itself, a little spoiler alert, is Spotify, and is why I said this is true. This statement right here, it's because I've actually heard Coca-Cola and Mazda and Ford in Spotify ads, but more on that to come. And they actually, so they show some proof here. I like that they actually have in the statement, most of the time marketers will just show this snapshot right here, but this, they actually have an explanation of the snapshot. So kudos to them. I like what I'm seeing so far. And then some more really good, some references talking about the power of Spotify. They have Forbes on there. And then moving forward, they have some more really cool statistics here, really powerful. They talk about 123 million ad-supported listeners worldwide. That's 123 million unique users to target. And you can actually, I went and fact-checked this. You can go and look that up, the statistics, and that's right on. So with this one, the 2.6 hours per day of usage per user, that level of usage is 5 times higher than Facebook. That, from, just a quick Google search, that appears to be the case. Take a look from this business info apps. North America spends about 2 hours, 20 minutes here on Spotify. And then did a quick Google search here on Facebook. That is about 58 minutes per day. So, the sales page is spitting facts as far as I'm concerned, until this one right here. NCS Nielsen shows that the total increment sales per 1,000 impressions for Spotify ads was 25% higher than average. So I went and actually kind of researched where they got this. I found where I think they got it, and it's on the Spotify actual website. New research conducted by Nielsen Catalina Solutions confirms that advertising with Spotify drives significant incremental dollars for CPG brands. Across the CPG campaigns that were measured, spanning cross-platform multimedia ad solutions, ads were 25% more effective at driving incremental sales per 1,000 impressions than NCS benchmarks. So they did use an ellipses here in their paraphrasing, but the fact that they left out that this is relevant to CPG brands, I don't necessarily think that's a good thing, but overall so far still, not nothing too crazy or outlandish. And then they talk about failing, the main reason people might be failing. The first failure they mention is writing one's own audio ad script and recording it themselves. It can sound cheap and forced. And then nothing will turn off an audience faster than a poorly produced audio that sounds too marketing and less focused on them. I think that means too marketed. But this is very true. I mean, if you just think about, I have some experience with filmmaking, and the first thing, when it comes to amateur like films, everyone can notice is bad audio. Even in a, even in a professional ad, you've probably seen where the audio is just kind of off. And so this is truth that they're speaking here. Failure 2, hiring a professional voiceover artist and producer, but working with a terrible script that they wrote. That is very true. People, you got to work through that if you are going to be hiring clients and working as part of a team to try and produce these types of ads. So that can definitely happen. Moving down here, they mentioned some rules for this strategy. Failing to have an offer that has mass appeal, result no sales. So that's kind of interesting because most of the time you think that you need to niche down because that's normally what you have to do. So it's interesting that they mention that as rule number 1. People might find that interesting. Rule number 2, using the wrong kind of landing pages results no leads. And then rule number 3, making your ads too niche, result no engagement, which is kind of just similar to rule number 1. But it seems like they've had a pretty good breakdown of some pitfalls. And then it's a much easier way to get started. This part right here is one of the more interesting blurbs. He mentions the brand new training program, yada yada, how you can create your own ads, voiceovers, and music tracks completely free. So the voiceovers part and even the music tracks, like getting that for free, that's very exciting. And I have some experience in filmmaking and voiceover, and I feel like with a lot of people, getting voiceovers done if you're not able to do it yourself is a big pain in the butt. And so that's really exciting, and we'll see more into that later. Scrolling down, they break down the steps of Symphoni. Target. I think it's really cool, as you can see in the target description. They don't require any paid tools. He offers a free tool actually that you can use to help targeting, which is really cool to see, because a lot of times I feel like products might make you pay for a tool, or that might be part of the sales package or something. Budget. I just like, it's enticing that it's saying for about $2 a day. It just seems very economical. Create. Again, they offer a 6-point framework that you can use to create an ad, which is really cool. And it mentions, again, the music track and voiceover for free. That's really huge. And then lastly, launch. In less than 4 minutes, you can add your targeting, budget, and creative into your music streaming back office and start your campaign. And it says it's really that easy. And yeah, I would say it can be, especially if you know what you're doing. But if you're a beginner, it's not going to be that quick. But the overall, it is pretty simple. But moving forward on the sales page, this is one of the biggest points here. YouTube ads, they talk about, they can be skipped. Facebook ads, they can be scrolled past, but the ads on Spotify cannot be missed or cannot be skipped. So that's guaranteed that you're going to be delivering to your audience, or basically a guarantee. And then scrolling down, just talks about the economical cost, the specific reach, and then it's just really cool to think about. Maybe associating your brand with a certain playlist or certain songs. It's really interesting. And then targeting again. And then one of the last main kind of differentiators they talk about on the sales page is low restrictions. They mention that there are far less restrictions on Spotify than compared to YouTube, Facebook, and search ads, which that doesn't really necessarily relate to me, but hey, to each their own. Maybe that's a good thing for you. Scrolling down, and they just talk about, again, how quick it is, how it's for it can be for newbies or beginners. The framework's included, and then it mentions the sales price going up, which again usually is marketing, but you'll see why that is not the case for this product and this vendor. It says, you can do all this, no website required, no e-commerce, no content creation, no blogging, no product creation, no sales page design, no outsourcing, no social media. Wow. And it says it'll teach you how to directly link your offers without requiring a landing page or lead capture. Typically that's really, really hard. So when I first came across this on the sales page, I was kind of, that seemed kind of outlandish, I guess. And also, as we scroll forward here, they have some testimonials you can read through. And they mention, the complete video training, get the templates and tutorials, and the one-on-one feedback and support, which I can attest and we'll go into later is legitimate. So they deserve to put this on their sales page. And then lastly, looks like you get 4 incredible bonuses. That's a bonus stack, but this is a legitimate bonus stack. Like this first one, they give you the ad framework and template. This is something that you can take and rinse and repeat. Like this is not just fluff here. And then another bonus is the messenger bots with the audio ads. This, by itself is just an amazing value add. You don't even necessarily have to use the messenger bots with this strategy, but learning this will help you, in case you want to use it with another strategy. And then the perfect landing page. This is a training, he mentions here, it costs $997, and he's offering it as a bonus. More value add, because this is, again, relevant to more than just this strategy. And then lastly, how to resell the music streaming ads. That is one of the most interesting parts of this entire training. And this is just a free bonus. So a lot of value added there. And then on top of that, they have a really good refund guarantee. You get to keep, after 30 days, you don't like it, you get to keep the product, and they'll return your money, no questions asked. And looking at the frequently asked questions, one of the interesting things is that they make a point, again, that this can be used for a beginner and, an advanced marketer or entrepreneur, which I just find very, very interesting. So I was very keen to see just if they, could honestly put that on their sales page. And then also was really cool. You don't need any paid tools, and we'll get into that. So that's it for the sales page. Now let's take a look at the vendor, the guy who created this product, see what he's all about. Guy named JayKayDowdell. And I friended him on Facebook. He has not accepted yet, but I'm able to see some of his Facebook wall. And from what I can tell, he's pretty engaged with his followers and people that post on his wall, which is good to see. In this post here, he's talking about, I do like this, how it shouldn't be about making the sale, and you should, care about what you're actually selling. So that was cool to see. And on top of all of that, he doesn't have many, vanity metrics that I can tell, like, oh, look at these $1,000 I'm making, these fantastical snapshots. It's pretty down to earth. So, I like what I saw on his Facebook wall here. If we take a look at his Muncheye profile, we can see the type of products that he has released. The first product released was Evolution in 2018. Now, all these products that are active except for this first one and this one here, but it doesn't look, he was just a part of this launch. He didn't create this product. So as far as this one's concerned, the Evolution, I'm not going to worry about the fact that this sales page is no longer active, because this was an $8 product from 2018. And along with a couple other reasons, as you'll see why. But all these other ones here are all active. And then if we take a look at the Warrior Plus profile, that the second oldest program, the Facebook Masters program from 2018, has a 4.29 out of 5 stars rating, with over 2,000 sales. And I mean, if you just take a look at the amount of sales and these ratings here for Mr. Dowdell, JayKayDowdell, this is pretty good overall. I like, everything that I'm seeing. And then, so I'm pretty set at this point between the, when I was originally looking through this, and then I bought the product and went through it. And so this is the product. Once you log in, the 10 Times Mastermind is a free support group that you can join. And I looked through it a little bit. I haven't posted anything yet, but I did see some positives that Mr. Dowdell is responding. Like, for instance, there was a payment issue here. But it seemed to be, resolved quickly. And he, again, seems to be engaged with the people in this Facebook group. And as far as support, I can attest that the support is there and it is great. I reached out, and Mr. Dowdell's team, or him, maybe even himself, responded within 24 hours. It seemed like it was him, actually. He offered to go above and beyond with my question. And then as far as the actual training modules go, you have your introduction here, your what's in it for you, and the destination audio ads. And before I go any further, I just did want to mention that I did buy this product, and the price was higher than the original. I believe it was listed at $15 originally. I bought it for $27. So that this guy actually does does raise his prices on his products. It's not just, a lie or an urgency marketing tactic. So that was interesting to see as well. But this training is very, very thorough. I know I mentioned it before, but I have some experience in voiceover, and I like the way that he, breaks things down. He makes it very simple to understand for someone who might not be nuanced with, audio at all or advertising. He uses real life radio examples, which I think really helps get the point across again for beginners. And another regarding the same example and his experience when writing the script ad, I like this little advice that he gives. Is an example of what I just talking about. He said regarding the first 3 seconds of a radio ad, this is like a mini ad for your entire ad to entice a person to listen and garner an emotional response. So I just thought that was really, really cool way to, think about help structure, the start of your ad, your audio ad. He also mentions, you want to focus. This just reinforces his legitimacy. He says you want to focus on the benefits that are specific to the buyer within the advertising. And he also, this is another really cool note I made here regarding the writing your ad script. He says that your ad wants to sell the click and not the product and service itself. It seems very simple, but I feel like a lot of beginners, might miss that one. And, all within this kind of creating the Spotify ad, some more positives, notes I wrote down here. This is all just really, really good. This is just chock full of good stuff. And I'm just giving you a couple little, notes that I took to try to show you just how good this is. He also talks about in the creating your ad image, he really shows his knowledge about how different social medias only allow certain, sizes as far as the images. And then he also gives, tips on how to resize images for, using a free tool, which again is just a real value add because it's more free stuff that you can use for this strategy and, maybe for other things if you weren't already aware. And then, as far as you go in here, this is the creating the actual Spotify section, like I was saying. And it's just a really good training, very, very thorough, over the shoulder. And if you had any questions, like I said, the support is just fantastic. And let's see, the monetizing, this is the strategies on how to actually make the money. He teaches you CPA, which is really good. Again, very concise and clear. I do like that he mentions, though, and acknowledges selling to cold traffic is the hardest thing to do. So I like that he's not just, being fantastical about claims. It's a very hard thing to do. Also within here, he shows you how to create an advertorial. I don't necessarily share his opinion on them and using them, but nonetheless, he does a good job with, the instruction. Also within here, the JayKayDowdell provides his background, which really was just the icing on the cake for his legitimacy. He mentioned he sold to advertising to local offline businesses, and also had worked for the largest digital marketing company in Canada. And then another really, really cool tidbit he included in here that I thought was just an interesting insight was on how to utilize a Fiverr virtual assistant. He mentions using them to listen to all the top advertisers for the top radio stations. I'm just speaking quickly and simply because just to sum it up for you, and they will be able to, in an Excel sheet, give you all the information that you can then use. I just thought that was a really creative way to save you time. I had never really thought about using a virtual assistant like that before. So, and then in the last section here, tech library, he gives you, like a 30-minute training on creating a landing page, which is just a great bonus value add that can apply to more than just this strategy. Click in here. And then the Messenger Marketing 101. This is where he just shows you understanding chatbots, ManyChat setup, creating your first chatbot, adding a chatbot to an opt-in landing page, and alternating chatbot landing page. I would just a very, very thorough training. Even if you don't even know what a chatbot is, it's all there for you, and he explains it. And again, if you don't even necessarily use it for this strategy, this is powerful. These are powerful marketing tools that can be applied, to other endeavors. And then the last section is joining a CPA network, which is he shows you how to join a CPA network, and he does give some tips and tricks in there. Again, he really does provide value with just because it's not always a simple one and done deal with signing up with them. You kind of have to, apply. But in conclusion, Symphoni doesn't make any bold marketing claims, provides a legitimate training that could be valuable to both beginner and advanced marketer, and allows for a truly unique strategy to be added to your arsenal. If you like this video, please like it. If you disliked it, well, dislike it, and please comment with any questions or thoughts. Bon voyage, Internet Seafarers.